morning, this is Francesca Evans from LymeOnline bringing you this week's top stories from the Lyme Regis area. 2 divers were fined for breaking lockdown rules after a major search and rescue operation was launched when one of them went missing. The 2 divers, one from Cornwall and the other from Edinburgh, had both been staying in Bridport and were diving for scallops on Saturday, April 25th, when one of them became detached from his surface marker. Coast Guards, lifeboat crews from Lyme Regis and Exmouth and search and rescue helicopters from St Athan and Newquay were launched. Several fishing boats also joined the search, as well as HMS Tyne, which was in Lyme Bay conducting routine maritime security patrols. After nearly 2 hours, a sailor aboard the Royal Navy ship spotted the diver 3 miles from where he had entered the water. The divers were taken back to the safety of Lyme Regis Harbour, but were later fined by police for breaking lockdown rules. Coast Guards and the RNLI have advised the public not to use the water for leisure activities under the current government guidelines. Dorset Police has so far issued 255 fines to those thought to be in breach of the coronavirus restrictions. In a number of instances, officers have issued tickets to individuals who have travelled from other parts of the country into Dorset for non-essential reasons. Examples have included 3 people who had travelled from Surrey to look at nature, a group of 4 who had driven from Slough to walk at Durdle Door, and someone who had travelled from Nottingham to visit Lulworth Cove. Local authorities across the South West have received an extra £160 million from the government to help them deal with the coronavirus pandemic, but Dorset Council has warned this will not be enough. The government has provided an unprecedented level of financial support to local authorities across the country to ensure they can continue providing essential services such as adult social care and children's services, while also providing support to people impacted by the coronavirus. Dorset Council will receive £10.4 million of the funding, in addition to the £10.7 million it received in March, a total of more than £21 million. However, the Council announced it is incurring additional costs of £13 million a month as it supports residents, communities and businesses through the ongoing COVID-19 crisis. Dorset Council's first round of government funding was spent within the first month of the pandemic, and the Council warned that additional funds of a similar amount would not cover the shortfall. If the crisis continues into the summer, the Council is likely to incur additional costs of more than £54 million over the current financial year, and the government funding represents just 40% of this, leaving a shortfall of £32.6 million. Dorset Councillor Tony Ferrari said another round of funding will be needed in May if the Council is to sustain its finances. A public consultation on regulations regarding dogs in public spaces has been extended until later this month. The consultation on Dorset Council's public space protection orders has been extended by 3 weeks to ensure those who are unable to obtain a paper version of the consultation from libraries or the council offices because they were closed can still take part. The consultation will help with the development of the new Dorset-wide order, including regulations regarding dogs on beaches. The subject has become one of the most hotly debated topics in Lyme Regis over the past year. Under the current order, dogs are not allowed on Lyme Regis front beach, including the sand and shingle, from May 1st to October 1st. Until May 1st, dogs continue to be allowed on all Lyme Regis beaches without a lead, but after this date they are usually confined to Churchcliffe, Eastcliff and Monmouth beaches. However, during the current lockdown, Dorset Council has said it will not be enforcing these restrictions. Lyme Regis Town Council has appealed for dogs to be banned from the Sandy Beach and Cobgate Shingle Beach all year round, but a well-supported petition was launched to argue against this. The consultation will now remain open until Tuesday, May 12th, and is available on the Dorset Council website, or a paper copy is available by calling the number shown on screen now. Lyme Regis Football Club's annual Sausage and Cider Festival is the latest major event to be cancelled due to the coronavirus pandemic. The festival, the club's biggest fundraiser of the year, was due to be held on Saturday, July 4th. It joins an increasing number of local events which have been affected by the pandemic. Lyme Regis Fossil Festival, which was set to take place this weekend, was the first to announce it would be postponed, and a new date has now been set for October 24th and 25th. Other events which were scheduled to take place this month included the May Fete and Jazz Jurassica, both now cancelled, and VE Day commemorations, which have been postponed until September, although residents are still being encouraged to host their own garden parties next Friday. In Uplyme, the annual Village Fete and Horticultural Society's summer show have both been cancelled. Organisers of Guitars on the Beach, which is scheduled for June 27th, announced in March that they would go ahead with the event if possible, but have made no further official statement. Decisions on whether Lifeboat Week and Regatta and Carnival Week will go ahead as normal have also not been announced. Recorded crime in the Dorset police area has remained stable while it has increased in many other parts of the country. Latest figures released by the Office of National Statistics, covering a 12-month period to December 2019, show a 0.3% increase in crime for Dorset against the national rise of 4%. Dorset remains one of the safest places in the country, with the 9th lowest recorded crime rate and 11th lowest number of victims of crime. Both burglary and theft have seen significant reductions. These figures do not include any data related to COVID-19 or the time period of the 2020 social distancing restrictions. Thank you for watching LymeOnline's video news bulletins. Don't forget you can stay up to date with all the latest news on the LymeOnline website throughout the week. Stay home, stay safe, and we'll see you next week.